Well, I literally just got home just in time. I was pulling in to watch Gandalf the Black. Man, come a long way, old Gandalf, right? I talk all the time about Austral Hanover, but truthfully speaking, Gandalf is the pacing version of of Austral Hanover. For two horses that were so lowly regarded, training down in the middle of the winter and spring, for them to improve so much and become the horses they are is impressive. It's impressive. I love to watch. I'm always cheering for the underdog. I'm always cheering for the horses that work hard. And Gandalf and Ostro both struggled with their gait, training down throughout the training down throughout the winter and spring, and for them to put it all together, work their way through everything, get to the races, and then excel to be good. Gandalf was good at two. Austro Hanover, a little bit different. He was a really nice 2-year-old trotter that found a real good spot to race all summer and made some good money. Gandalf found it very tough in the grassroots because it's a tough program. But we did exactly what we said we were going to do. We were going to win that start with him and turn him out on a right note, give him lots of time and bring him back and hope that those wrinkles that we saw as a 2-year-old dissipated. And they were still present when we started him his first couple of starts, but a few little issues that we worked on with the veterinarian, and man, he's been great his last two, and really looked good today. 27 flat. I guess his last quarter was 26-4 since he came out of the 2-hole tonight, and just a great mile. Both horses. Resolute Bay 26-3 on the end of it, fastest last quarter of his life. First start back as a 4-year-old, and then a mile and 53-4. And I'd said to Peggy and Ken after, he was really good, but a little pacey. If you watch him halfway down the lane, he was getting pretty close to that line. I think if I had urged him, he would have rolled into a break or the pace, but trying his hardest the whole way down the lane, and that's really why you saw him get pacey, was because the horse was trying so hard. So a few little things we can work on with both those horses. Well, I shouldn't say that. Gandalf looked pretty good. So his wrinkles, as I said, have dissipated, and he looked great tonight. It would be hard for me to say that the red horse will be better next week because he was astonishingly good tonight. For him, I'd said to somebody, I thought it was the proper way to put it. He just refuses to read the program. He refuses to realize that he's in over his head. So many times we've seen this horse go behind the gate and just wow everybody. The people that know him, if you don't have anything to do with the stabler, you don't have anything to do with Resolute Bay, then he just raced good for him. But to know the horse and to know the entire story that is Resolute Bay, it's impressive to watch. You're impressed watching him, sitting behind him, and feeling how hard he's trying, and knowing the horses he's beating is impressive. I had told Bob, one of our clients, I'm likely going to go away 7th and finish 6th or 7th. Try and be great to get paid a little money and get a couple of, get a good line on him, but he doesn't belong here. And that's, truthfully, that was my feeling, but I'm not one to go out and just give up either. I mean, I put him in the best spot I could leaving the gate. We had a little help from a couple of breakers, one behind the gate, one in the first turn. We got to let him settle the whole way, and then, just his usual kick. Just like he never missed a day. His usual kick down the lane was really, really smoking all the way down the lane. That last quarter in 26-3 was impressive. So aside from an unfortunate start to his career for Landing Pad last night, who will be leaving us on Monday, and a break from Horn Player, who started out great and then faltered her next two. We'll qualify her next week also. It's been a great, not week, because we had a terrible Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday has been a great run for the most part for us. So good things happening here in the stable. I did want to touch on the two horses I brought to all of you. The horse that's selling tomorrow on Gate, the horse that is racing on Sunday that we're looking at claiming. We have a little, I'm going to say somewhere around the 60% range sold out of both those horses. And I haven't really specifically picked the phone up and asked anybody, hey, would you like to be involved with these horses? If I have to tomorrow, I will. But I suspect over the night, people will absorb what we're trying to do. One is I guess I can say their names. What are you going to do? I already have a hard line financially on the horse selling tomorrow publicly, and the hard line's already drawn for the other guy. He's in a claimer. One is is an import with a ton of wins, both in Ireland, I guess mostly in Ireland. Came here with like 17 wins, but he only has 38,000 made. Now, I'm sure there's some quick quirks with him on the track and things of that nature. I mean, it's a little surprising that they want to sell him, but now's the time to do it, I guess, if you're looking to really put together some capital. We're looking to buy that horse tomorrow. He's a pacer. I suspect we'll bring him back to Mohawk since he's only got 38,000 made. He fits the numbers of 40, 50, 60, whatever. There's lots of room there for that guy, regardless of the wins that he has. So it's a good spot for us, a good spot for him. I have my financial hard line for the horse. And if he goes for more, so be it. Buy him for whatever they want. I know what I'm willing to pay, and I suspect our clients are willing to do the same. When it comes to the horse racing on Sunday, just a claimer, doing very, very good in a class. I had a couple of people call me about the horse specifically and say, yes, I know he's a little bit older, but he's in a class that he's going to win. So either you can move him up and try him, or you can just put him right back in the same class. I don't think he's going to be with the stable a long time, but worth having a look at. I think the horse is off to a tremendous start to the year, and the type of horse that we like to have in our barn also. So as we start to move some horses out, we have 4 in the sale on Monday with preferred. We do have reserves on the 2 trotting fillies. I'm not giving them away. With their breeding and their stake season ahead of them, they are worth money. But it is worth looking at whether we can get paid for what they're worth right now also. So 2 fillies are potentially up for sale on Monday with a reserve. The 2 trotting colts do not have a reserve and will be selling. I suspect we'll get paid fair for all 4. So 4 leaving, potentially 2 coming. But that's what's going on this weekend. Aside from that, we've Haunted House tomorrow. We have JK Victory tomorrow. We have a number of horses racing in Ohio, both Southern Ohio and Northern Ohio. This weekend, we have horses racing in Pennsylvania with Megan. This weekend, we have horses racing in New York. First of the week with Megan. Sister Solange will make her last start potentially for us at Monticello early Monday afternoon. Lots going on. And aside from all the great qualifying miles, the only Patrick the Piranha is slated to go. And I know Jason wanted to, and we could very well race the horse in the numbers of 10,000 at Northfield, but that's next weekend. So I gave Melissa and Mark a call, and I said, listen, enter him. If the class fills, fine, we'll put him on a truck and send him right away. If the class does not fill, then we'll race him here at Northfield and then send him down to you. So either way is fine with us, and I'm sure it's fine with Mark and Melissa. So Patrick the Piranha slated to head to Plain Ridge. I am working on a list of horses that are going to be heading to Oak Grove in Oak Grove, Kentucky next week, or maybe the week after. I suspect they'll, the first one I know is going is Took a Dive Off Dipper. Tough spot to be racing at Northfield Park. I suspect he's going to find it a little easier, hopefully a little easier at Oak Grove. And I'm trying to look at the classes and see what's filling there, so we just don't send horses and then find out, oh, by the way, they're not getting in. So we want to find the right horses to send to this particular track that is opened up. Eric Padlin and his wife will be heading down for us, I believe, to Kentucky, probably with 6 or maybe 7 to start with and one of their own, but I want to make sure we have the right horses. So that's my job for the weekend, finding the horses to go to Oak Grove, moving some horses around, potentially buying 2, and then selling 4 on Monday. So that's what's going on with me. We got babies training tomorrow. We got horses racing tomorrow night. Another great night so far at the stable. We'll take all of those we can get. So a great race from Gandalf the Black. Congratulations to all my partners with him. And Resolute Bay, just another tremendous mile from that red horse. What a nice horse he is to drive. Anyway, take care. Another nice day tomorrow. And then we're going to get some cold weather for a few days. But now, soak it all up today. Soak it all up tomorrow. Lots more where that's coming next week, hopefully later on. Take care.